dangerous items, locked up AEGs, and all the rest of your questions answered in this episode of Mondays. Hey guys, welcome back to Airsoftology Mondays, the show where I answer your questions, give you some tech tips, and get to wear footy underoos because you can't see below my waist. I'm your host, Jonathan Higgs. So guys, we're back, another episode, another week gone by, and we're getting ready to close out July, moving into August. So the hot summer months, at least here in the South, are kind of winding down. And that means Airsoft is gonna be picking back up again soon because let's face it, no one wants to get out in 98-degree weather and melt on the field or have a heat casualty. But summer also means it's vacation time, and I take mine a little late. So guys, don't worry, I'm taking vacation next week. I'll be gone for a week, but I'm queuing up a bunch of videos while I'm out. Might be a little light on replying to your comments and emails and things like that, but we're gonna still stick with the schedule, including Mondays. Mondays is gonna stay on point, so fear not. You'll get your dose next week. And starting something new this week, or just something to mix in, is the most awesome / dangerous item in the office of the week. And this one comes from Laser Light. Picked it up at the Masters tournament, Shooting Masters tournament, and this thing is so cool. It's this guy right here at the end of the pistol. It's actually in a combination of Laser Light, or a collaboration with them and K-Bar, and it's a pistol bayonet. Yeah, let me take the little sheath off here, and you guys hopefully can see it. It is a full-blown, sharp as all get out pistol bayonet. Definitely not something you want to use in airsoft, but I'd love to see like maybe an airsoft version of this with a rubber tip or something like that, where you actually can get some kills if you run out of ammo in your pistol. But yeah, I'm gonna keep the sheath on this guy right now so I don't slice my hand wide open and put this one back in the vault. Too cool, but a little too dangerous for the old airsoft game. But enough about that, let's get this thing kicked off and get into questions. Here's a question: is it really worth it to buy an LMG, or should I just buy a box mag for my M16? Thanks, smiley face. So there are two schools of thought on this. At our local field, there's no restrictions for box mags or anything like that. So a lot of guys are running them on their AEGs, both powered and unpowered, and just laying down the ammo. But once you step up to big events or any kind of real organized games, there are restrictions. So if you're looking to buy a box mag that's just gonna fit a specific AEG like your M16, if you have no plans on ever playing a MilSim event, then go for it, knock yourself out, as long as your local field allows it. If you ever plan on stepping up to MilSim events, make sure you think about what you're getting into there before you invest. You might want to look at getting an LMG, although that's kind of an expensive route. You're looking like 350 bucks or more for some sort of support weapon. But if you're looking at the M4 platform, there are a few support guns that do take a standard M4 magazine, and that means M4 box mags, and specifically the Shrike. I know Crytek's can be coming out with one of those here shortly. We've seen the pictures from the IWI and SHOT Show, so we know that's on the way. And if you get the box mag for your M16, you can put it in it and move it over to the Shrike. Zelosis Iffy writes, PS4 or a Polar Star? Help me. Well, this is actually an easy one. I would say go with the Polar Star right now over the PS4. Console prices are still kind of high. They haven't dropped yet, and that's the reason I haven't picked up one myself. I'm still just doing the PC gaming thing with this rig right here over my shoulder, and I'm waiting to buy the Xbox One or the PS4 once those costs come down and get a little more manageable, which they probably will around the holiday season of this year or early 2015. So if you're saving up, I definitely say get that Polar Star. It is a fun system. All the HPA systems are fun. There's so many options now. Big fan of the Polar Star though, just because of all the stuff you can do with it. But yeah, pick it up and maybe ask for the holidays, see if you can score a PS4 that way. Arian Patel writes, hey Jonathan, I was looking to get a plate carrier for around the $60 range. What would you recommend? P.S. Thank you for the reviews. I am very happy with my Elite Force 1911 TAC. Yeah, now at that price range, you are going to be limited of what you can pick up. I would definitely say, yeah, look at the Condor stuff. It's going to be good, last you a little bit. I mean, obviously, if you're just playing airsoft, it's fine. Longevity wise, I'm a big fan of like the top tier gear, and I know you're gonna go, oh, he's a big gear whore, just because it lasts. I mean, I'm even talking like LBX, and you can look, even Pantech makes good stuff. And of course, you know, the name brands like Cry and HSGI and those. Another affordable brand that you may want to look into that's a relative newcomer to airsoft is DEFCON gear, and they're being imported by Jag Precision, and they've got some really affordable stuff. In fact, I've got a pretty loaded out chest rig downstairs. It's got pouches and everything on it, and will actually fit a plate, I think, on this one. It might not, but I think they have plate carriers as well, and this is like $40 retail. So check those guys out too. It's DEFCON gear. Hit a Google search up and you'll be able to track those guys down. But yeah, either that or Condor, just until you kind of get settled in and decide what you want. And then once you figure out what you like, then make the investment in some really good gear. But just do me a favor, break the cycle. Don't buy a cross straw. I had one, everybody had one. Don't be a cross-straw guy. Playable253 writes, will you be doing more gameplay videos? I think we would all like that. Yes, that is one of my goals for the latter half of this year, is to get more into the gameplay videos. I've been collecting some footage with some interesting things, so stay tuned. I should have a couple quick kind of action videos coming up, myself and some of my teammates, the buddies I play with here locally and kind of all over the Southeast at big events. And then I have a couple ops on the way. The last op I went to, Broken Home, I did a lot of filming, but not on the field. I actually used a video camera off kind of behind the scenes, working on a project for American Milsim. But yeah, the next game I'm going to is going to be Ironclad in September, and I definitely have plans to get out and get some first-person gameplay footage. That's it for this week's questions. And remember, if you guys want to get your question on the show, make sure you're putting the questions in this video right here below, or shooting me a private message on YouTube. And if I don't get you answered, put it in the next video. Keep putting it up there, because eventually I will absolutely get to you. But enough about that. It's time for Tech Tips. Bob.exe writes, hey, do you know anything where I can prevent the gearbox locking up issue that seems to plague some lower end AEGs? I have a King Arms Ultra Grade M4 and it works great, but sometimes, most often when I run semi-auto, it just stops firing and makes a clicking noise. I've read online it's an issue with the anti-reversal latch, and that I may have the same issue on my Cybergun FAMAS, which all I have to do is switch it to full auto to fix it, but on my M4, it won't reset. All right, Bob, sounds like you got a pretty good issue going here, and I'm gonna go through some of the easiest and probably most common issue to fix and work ourselves down the list. The first I noticed, you said you had an 8.4 battery. I would absolutely step up to a 9.6. I'm not sure what the FPS of this gun is, but a lot of the new ones are coming in kind of harder. They shoot up almost near 400. You definitely want to pick up a 9.6 battery for those guns. 8.4s just really don't cut it. I know a lot of times they are included in the box, but I'll be honest with you, they're just not enough oomph to turn over a modern airsoft gun in that competition, that like good mid-tier band like the King Arms you're talking about there. So yeah, step up to a 9.6 battery, make sure it's fully charged. It looks like you're doing it. Get a smart charger there too. A lot of times the guessing game, if it's charged or not, can almost kill a battery if you overcharge it on trickle charger. But yeah, first step, battery upgrade to that 9.6. Second thing I look at is your motor height adjustment. A lot of times over time, the motor can adjust itself. It can walk out or walk up into the gun. And sometimes from the factory, they are not adjusted correctly. Since you're talking about an M4, it's simple, flip it over, look at the bottom of the grip, and there'll be a motor adjustment screw in the bottom of the motor plate. It's usually a flathead or a Phillips or an Allen key of sorts. Move it a little bit, put a battery on it, get it shooting, and move it in small increments. It sounds like it may be in too far and your mech box has too much stress. It could be putting a lot of pressure on that first gear, that bevel gear, and jamming up against the mech box and causing things to be a little tighter than it should. So if the battery trick isn't working for you, you're having these consistent issues, back that motor out a hair. If it starts sounding whiny or grindy, you went too far. If it starts running slowing or locking up, then you've gone in too far. You want it to sound smooth on each shot. So kind of small little turn, shoot, 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 small little turn, shoot, 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 until you get it just right. If none of those work, it sounds like maybe you're shimmed a little too tight inside. That can happen in these guns. So definitely check that out as well. If your shimming's not right in the gears, especially from the factory, sometimes it can happen, or gunk can get in there and cause problems, outside debris, whatever, then yeah, check your shimming, because if it's shimmed in too tight, if your mech box is just in there so tight, it's causing a lot of extra stress and takes more oomph to turn it over. It's gonna pull more amps, and you're gonna have lockup issues, especially on a weaker battery, when it's not putting out a lot of amperage per shot, because that motor is gonna be calling for a lot more juice to get that mech box to turn over. And considering it's happening in semi more than full auto, it sounds like that also could be an issue. But first, battery. Second, motor adjustment. Third, look into shimming. One of those three issues is going to be your problem, and if not those, could be your trigger contacts wearing out or something in the electrical system. Could be like the battery wire coming off the motor. It could be like a little loose and arcing in there. So check the electrical system as well if you need to crack things open. There's a lot of little things that can tend to not getting enough juice and causing your gun to lock up on you like that. I know it's a lot, but I hope it helps. Again, give it a shot, try those tricks, and if it's a little beyond what you're comfortable doing, take it to a reputable tech shop, one of your local shops, and have them work on it for you. Well, that's it for tech tips, and that means it's time for my video recommendation of the week. And this week, it's Behind Every Blade of Grass. The channel I'm highlighting only has a couple videos, but they're really good. And this is a group of guys that are out real steel shooting in the desert. Looks like California, Nevada, somewhere in that area. And they're a mix of law enforcement, civilian, and military guys. And these guys really have their stuff down pat. It's about 5 minutes long, but it's really worth the watch. It's kind of just an aggregate video of all their range days and practice days and turned into actually a pretty cool music video. So yeah, check it out. It's worth a watch. It's called Behind Every Blade of Grass. And if this doesn't make you want to go out and shoot some real steel or airsoft and practice those flipping mag changes, you need to check your pulse. Well, that closes out this show, and don't forget to check out the videos of the week here. I actually did one video last week, not two. I know, don't kill me, I'm sorry. It was crazy. I'm trying to build up for my vacation and get a good backlog so when we're gone, you guys aren't left without videos. So check it out here. It is the muzzle flash generator, the Venom muzzle flash generator from Incentive Designs. Really cool, neat add-on to go on the front of your gun. And as an I'm sorry for not getting things posted for you in time, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of Wednesday's video, and it's from X-Warrior Airsoft, and it is the BB funnel for high caps. It's one of these really cool things. It's like, oh my gosh, why didn't someone come up with this sooner? It's great. And don't worry, if you guys are seeing a lot of these accessory reviews, I'm trying to knock these out to get them out of the way because I have a ton of gun reviews. And that includes, in fact, what you guys saw last week, also this beauty right here. It is a Airsoft GI custom sniper rifle, and I got some gameplay. I know you guys were asking about some gameplay footage there. I did get some gameplay footage with this and actually got quite a few kills, even on camera. I'm gonna wanna swap back to a sniper rifle. That was so much fun using this thing. So stay tuned, that's gonna be coming out this week, or maybe next while I'm gone. It depends on when I have that one up, as well as a few other really cool gun reviews. So stay tuned. Well guys, it's been fun as always, and I'll see you next week. Even though I'm on vacation, I will be here. And until then, just remember, get out in the field and call your freaking hits.